Welcome back to the channel Numismatics, coins to a world where history shines brighter than gold. Top 4. First up, the 2001 Sacagawea dollar comes alive, not as a myth of overnight millions, but as a powerful symbol of courage, exploration, and American heritage. This coin, with its warm golden glow and copper heart, carries the legacy of Sacagawea herself, a guide whose strength helped shape a nation's path. As you learn its true journey beyond rumors, beyond exaggerations, you step into a richer understanding of a coin that holds meaning far deeper than money. In the world of American coinage, few modern coins stir as much curiosity as the Sacagawea dollar. Among them, the 2001 Sacagawea dollar stands in a strange place, common enough to be found in circulation, yet wrapped in rumors, myths, and online legends claiming unbelievable riches. The truth is far more grounded but no less fascinating. The 2001 coin carries the spirit of a young Shoshone guide whose courage helped map a continent, and that story alone gives the coin a depth few modern issues can match. When you hold a 2001 Sacagawea dollar, you're holding a piece that represents an era when the U.S. Mint attempted to revive the use of the $1 coin in everyday commerce. Its warm golden color, actually brass on top of a pure copper core, made it stand out from every other circulating coin. The Mint hoped this new appearance would set it apart from the Susan B. Anthony dollar that had confused the public just years before. Though the coin's tone resembles gold, it contains no gold at all. Its metallic glow comes from a carefully measured alloy, a thin layer of manganese brass bonded to a copper core. This is why when you tilt the coin you may see a hint of copper on the edge. It resembles a secret hidden beneath that golden surface, a reminder that even modern coins carry layered histories. The 2001 issue is real and fully documented in numismatic history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it had a production run in the hundreds of millions, meaning it was never intended as a rare treasure, but as a workhorse meant for wallets, vending machines, and everyday exchanges. Still, the public never embraced the dollar coin, leaving many Sacagawea dollars tucked away in rolls, bags, or drawers. Because of that massive mintage, a regular 2001 Sacagawea dollar in good circulated condition holds mainly its face value. Collectors simply have too many pristine examples available. The value rises slightly for coins preserved in their original mint luster, but even then the prices remain modest, usually just a few dollars. This is normal for high mintage modern coins. Yet myths formed around this coin, especially online, where claims of $1 million spread like wildfire. These stories often come from misunderstandings, exaggerations, or confusion with rare experimental coins, test pieces that never reached circulation and were not part of the 2001 run. No officially recognized 2001 Sacagawea dollar has ever sold for life-changing amounts. That said, the Sacagawea series does have genuinely rare varieties, just not the kind most people believe. Some 2000 examples with the Cheerios reverse are valuable. Others with experimental rinse or rare die errors attract serious collectors. The 2001 coin has a few minor errors known off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, each of which adds some interest but not jaw-dropping wealth. One of the most captivating parts of the 2001 Sacagawea dollar isn't the money it brings, but the story behind the person on the obverse. Sacagawea, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, stands as one of the few indigenous figures honored on U.S. currency. Her role in guiding Lewis and Clark across the continent transformed her into an emblem of courage, resilience, and insight. That presence gives even the most common coin a quiet dignity. Collectors often treasure the 2001 issue not for scarcity but for beauty. The sculpted engraving of Sacagawea by Glenna, who famously insisted on being paid in Sacagawea dollars herself, gives the design a lifelike softness. The reverse, designed by Thomas Rogers, features an eagle in flight, echoing the sense of exploration and open horizons. If you possess a 2001 Sacagawea dollar in good condition, it is a nice keepsake, but it is not a secret jackpot. The real value lies not in fantasies of overnight billions, but in the understanding that this coin is part of a broader narrative of the American experience, an attempt by the Mint to reimagine currency, an homage to indigenous history, and a symbol of exploration. So while the legends of unimaginable prices sound thrilling, it is wiser and far more empowering to know the real history. Your coin is genuine, it is historically meaningful, and it is part of a documented chapter in U.S. minting. If you ever want to know whether a particular specimen has an unusual error, a professional coin grader or a seasoned numismatist can examine it closely and identify anything truly extraordinary. In the end, the 2001 Sacagawea dollar may not turn an owner into a billionaire, but it does carry a different kind of wealth, a story, a symbol, a tribute. It whispers of journeys across uncharted lands, of a woman whose knowledge opened roots for generations to come, and of a country striving through its currency to honor a figure who helped shape its early paths. Sometimes, history itself is worth more than any inflated rumor or imagined fortune. Next up, the Sacagawea $1 coin, introduced in the year 2000, entered American pockets with a quiet shimmer that held far more symbolism than its golden glow suggested. It carried the story of a young Shoshone woman, Sacagawea, whose calm intelligence and remarkable guidance helped the Lewis and Clark expedition navigate a continent. When the United States Mint released this coin, it was not meant to be a treasure of mythic worth, but rather a tribute, a reminder cast in metal of a woman whose courage shaped history. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar, specifically the one struck at the Philadelphia Mint, became the most commonly talked about variety. Millions were minted, enough to circulate widely and be seen everywhere from change jars to government payments. Its smooth golden surface came from a layered composition of copper at its core and manganese brass on its exterior, giving it a warm shine that made people notice it instantly. Yet sometimes, ordinary objects attract extraordinary stories. Over the years, rumors grew, whispers of Sacagawea dollars worth unbelievable sums, coins said to command millions and transform their lucky owners into overnight millionaires. These stories spread like sparks in dry grass, igniting imaginations even though the truth behind them was far more grounded. At the heart of this legend lies a single real event, a special extremely rare pattern coin made in 1999, not for general release but as a test piece. A few of these pattern coins were mistakenly paired with state quarter obverse dies, producing what collectors call the Cheerios dollar or the experimental strike. These coins, with a sharply detailed eagle tail and experimental alloy, are the true rarities, known to be valuable because only a very small number exist. Their worth is significant but still measured in tens of thousands, not the fantasy millions often repeated in viral stories. The ordinary 2000p Sacagawea dollar, even in bright uncirculated condition, is not a coin that can independently rewrite someone's destiny. It is historically meaningful, visually striking, and beloved by collectors, but it is not the secret key to instant fortune. Its value normally hovers around its face value unless it carries a specific error, special finish, or a unique minting anomaly. Errors, of course, are the treasures of numismatics. A Sacagawea dollar struck off-center, double-struck, or plated in a way that was not intended by the mint can indeed be worth more than the usual. These pieces are rare because they escape strict quality control by accident, not by design. Some error Sacagawea dollars have sold for hundreds, occasionally thousands, when collectors chase them. But again, even these are not the million-dollar unicorns that rumor has promised. One reason these stories grow is because the coin itself holds a mysterious aura. Sacagawea's calm expression, the infant Jean Baptiste on her back, and the soaring eagle on the reverse stir something in the imagination. People sense the heritage locked within the design. It feels like a coin that should be rare, even though most of them are plentiful. This tension between appearance and reality gives rise to legendary claims. The copper edge, which many owners notice when the coin's finish wears slightly, is simply part of its natural composition. It does not signal an error or a hidden treasure. Instead, it reminds us that the coin's golden surface is a surface only, beneath lies a core of copper, the same metal that fueled centuries of coinage in America. Still, there is something powerful about holding this coin in your hand. It connects you with a moment in history, both ancient and modern. Ancient because of Sacagawea's journey across uncharted lands, modern because of the mint's attempt to create a new dollar coin that felt fresh and durable enough for everyday use. That blend of past and present gives the coin a special energy. Collectors appreciate the 2000p issue because it was the first year of a new era for US dollar coins. That makes it historically important, even if it isn't astronomically valuable. A coin does not need to be worth a fortune to hold meaning. Sometimes its story carries more weight than its market price. If your coin is in good condition, preserved well, and visually pleasing, it can still be admired as a piece of modern American history. Should it happen to show any unusual minting marks, striking errors, or special features that set it apart from the typical strike, then it might attract greater interest from collectors. But such value comes from rarity and verifiable differences, not from myths passed down through viral messages. In the end, the Sacagawea dollar teaches us something important. That value is not always measured in money. It can be measured in story, in heritage, in symbolism, and in the human spirit it represents. While it may not transform fortunes overnight, it continues to captivate people with its golden glow and the legacy it honors, a legacy of exploration, perseverance, and courage that remains priceless. Next up, the year 2000 marked a turning point in the United States Mint's history, as a new golden tone dollar coin entered circulation carrying the calm, determined face of Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition. Millions of these coins poured out of the Denver Mint, each glowing with a warm manganese brass color that made them immediately recognizable. Yet among ordinary change drawer coins, stories soon began swirling about rare varieties, hidden treasures, and unbelievable values attached to certain Sacagawea dollars, especially those struck with the 2000D mint mark. Collectors have always been drawn to the Sacagawea dollar because it represents a blend of historical honor and modern minting artistry. The reverse features a bold American bald eagle in mid-flight, while the obverse highlights Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste. The design was intended not just as currency, but as a symbol of courage and cultural legacy. In this sense, every Sacagawea dollar, valuable or not, carries a story heavier than its physical weight. But shortly after release, rumors began to spread about certain Sacagawea dollars being worth unimaginable sums. Tales circulated of coins with unusual surfaces, rare errors, or experimental metals, each supposedly capable of transforming an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. Many of these stories were overstated or misunderstood, but they created an aura of mystery around the coin, especially those from the Denver Mint, which had produced a large portion of the 2000 mintage. In truth, the standard 2000D Sacagawea dollar, even in good condition, is not worth millions. It was minted in the tens of millions, making most examples easily accessible. Yet the fascination persists because a handful of rare, special pieces, most of them not from normal circulation, have achieved legendary status. Their fame fuels the belief that any 2000D coin could be a hidden treasure, even though reality tends to be far more grounded. One source of this myth comes from highly publicized prototype coins used by the U.S. Mint for testing vending machines. These prototype Sacagawea dollars were struck on planchets intended for the Washington state quarter, creating an alloy mix unlike the normal golden dollar. These rare test pieces, never meant for public hands, sold for extraordinary prices at auction. Their existence inspired the belief that similar, copper-looking, or unusual toned 2000D coins could appear in regular pocket chain. The ordinary collector, upon finding a Sacagawea dollar with a copper-colored edge or a slightly different tone, often wonders whether they've discovered one of these mythical test strikes. But most of those coins simply show natural oxidation or normal color variations that appear after years of circulation. The coin's outer layer can age in unexpected ways, creating tones that look unique but hold no secret fortune. Still, that doesn't diminish the magic surrounding the Sacagawea dollar. Its historical subject, its golden glow, and its role as a turn-of-the-millennium artifact give it a charm that many modern coins lack. For collectors who treasure the story behind the coin rather than the auction price, even an ordinary 2000D feels like a piece of American heritage you can hold between your fingers. Yet myths about million-dollar continue to travel from person to person, often fueled by dramatic headlines, exaggerated social media posts, and misunderstandings of real numismatic events. These myths create excitement, but they also lead many people to believe that every slightly unusual coin is a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot. The truth, however, is that genuine high-value Sacagawea errors are extremely rare and usually well documented by experts. The Denver Mint has a long history of producing coins meant for everyday commerce, but it occasionally creates error coins that slip past inspection. These rare errors, off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, can carry significant premium value, though usually in the hundreds or thousands rather than millions. Such coins are exciting finds, but they should be evaluated by a professional rather than assumed to possess magical worth. Collectors who dream of discovering a treasure in their pocket change are participating in a tradition that goes back generations. Every era has its fantasy fortune coin, and the Sacagawea dollar became one of the most mythologized modern examples. Even though most found in everyday life hold modest value, the thrill of possibility keeps the legend alive. The belief that fortune might lie hidden in ordinary objects is a powerful human instinct. If you have a 2000D Sacagawea dollar in appealing condition, it is still worth holding onto. Attractive pieces, especially those with sharp details and minimal wear, can interest collectors who appreciate the series. While it may not make you a billionaire overnight, it certainly carries historical significance and artistic beauty, both of which make it worth preserving. The truth about the 2000D Sacagawea dollar is not a tale of guaranteed millions, but a mixture of myth, history, and genuine collectible intrigue. It reminds us that value isn't always measured in money. Sometimes it lies in the story, the symbolism, and the sense of discovery that accompanies a small golden coin found in the palm of your hand. Fortune may not strike overnight, but curiosity and the love of history are treasures in their own right.